He was 50 tons of pure menace, cloaked in the body of a monster shark. He dwarfed today's great white. And new revelations show that the ancient seas were the playground of this real-life sea monster called Megalodon. They're the Earth's first fighters, the ultimate predators. New discoveries in forensic science bring to life the prehistoric art of war. This is Jurassic Fight Club. Journey back 15 million years. It's the mid-Miocene era. Earth is in the throes of a tectonic upheaval. Mountain ranges known today as the Himalayas, the Andes, and the Rockies soar skyward. Global weather patterns change, causing dramatic shifts around the planet. But it's the sea that experiences the greatest change. Powerful ocean currents carry nutrients from the depths of the Pacific Ocean, creating a lush ecosystem. Millions of new life forms flourish. Mammals that once roamed the land now adapt to an aquatic lifestyle and evolve fins to take advantage of this new food source. But this peaceful sea is misleading. 50 feet below the surface, a deep-sea beneath roam these seas. And a new discovery brings it to life for the first time. Today, information about deep-sea giants is exceedingly rare. But in recent years, paleontologists working on every continent have uncovered something remarkable and disturbing. Thousands of whale bones found in every corner of planet Earth. Different species, different sizes. The whale bones all share one common characteristic. Deep gashes driven into them with tremendous force.
Over the last several hundred years, thousands of prehistoric whale bones have been found with deep gashes like this in them. They're found on ribs, vertebrae, tail flukes, and flipper bones, and some of them are over 9 inches long and in some cases 3 inches deep. The force to drive teeth that deep into bone would have been staggering. But even more importantly, the size of the animal who could inflict an injury of that nature would have been unimaginable.
The evidence points to an apex predator whose scale is unimaginable to us today. A giant monster who roamed the seas at will. But who could kill a giant whale? Who was this prehistoric killer? Then, the mystery deepened. Next to many of these injured bones, paleontologists found something else. Triangular-shaped teeth, which were absolutely enormous. They had serrated edges, which were used to cut through the flesh of large prey. When they matched his teeth with the gashes of the bones, they discovered they fit.
So if we look at this bone, there is an asymmetrical cutting, and the only way this tooth will fit in is in this position because we have the upper surface of the cut is very flat, the lower surface is sloped, and the tooth will only fit in that position, and there's no other animal produces a bite with that asymmetry.
The teeth belong to a giant shark, Megalodon.
Megalodon, the name itself literally means long tooth, and it's a little bit of a misnomer because it really is more than just long tooth. So this is a Megalodon tooth. It looks much like a monterey white tooth. The edges are serrated like a steak knife, very flame-like.
Megalodon could reach a mind-blowing 50 feet or more in length. That's the size of a jumbo jet.
This animal is so huge, he is so enormous. If Megalodon existed at a time when man existed, we would not have been able to venture into the ocean because we couldn't build a ship big enough to deter him from attacking it.
As investigators studied the large serrated teeth of the giant shark, they discovered the massive power of its bite force of 20 tons. That's enough to slice through flesh. But could they bite through the bone of a giant whale? 50 million-year-old evidence proves they could, rather easily.
go out and look at whale fossils, what we find is they have bite marks on them. If you look at this side, almost looks like someone's attacked this bone with an axe. There's a very deep incisions. No other animal around that time would have made bite marks on that.
This megalodon attacked with such ferocity. Not only did it break through flesh, its teeth left gashes embedded in bone. These bones were deep inside the whale, rather than close to the skin. But there's a challenge. Sharks don't have bones, so estimating megalodon's size and shape is done another way.
Many of the sharks do get bony cartilage vertebrae, which do in fact fossilize, which is contrary to common belief. And we can actually measure the length of animals. We can see where their tail was, and know how big they are.
Prehistoric shark vertebrae are rare, but the teeth of megalodon speak volumes.
The teeth tell us a lot. They compare to what a great white's teeth look like, shaped the same way, and basically what we calculate is about 10 feet of megalodon for every inch of tooth. So if you're looking at a 6 to 7 inch tooth, you're looking at a 60 to 70 foot megalodon.
We now know that a megalodon was so massive it could eat a T-Rex, and was more capable of taking on any prey at sea. Nothing was off limits. Whales, sea lions, even members of its own family. Fossil evidence was proof that these sharks roam every ocean on Earth.
Whale bite marks are worldwide distribution. Almost anywhere you find a collection of whale bones, you're going to find megalodon bite marks if you're in the center of the correct aid. And suggests that megalodon really was a major predator of whales worldwide during this time.
The specific location of the Meg's remains tells us something else. That they stay close to their victims.
Megalodon fossils are found in the kinds of geologic deposits that form pretty close to shore. So as far as we know, it's not a deep water kind of species or open ocean. They call it pelagic species. And that makes sense because of prey. Things like marine mammals and other large marine vertebrates that would share the ecosystem probably live close to environments where there's upwelling and nutrient supply and biologically richer environment.
It takes a lot of 100-pound seals to feed a 50-ton megalodon. He's not going to waste his time chasing those hors d'oeuvres. He's out looking for whales and giant squid and other large sharks. Megalodon is such a monstrous shark, it is estimated that he had to eat 1/50 of his own body weight each day.
That means megalodon needed to scare up 2,000 pounds of food every day. That's the size of an elephant. To do this, it would employ hunting skills honed over millions of years. Remarkably, they are skills still used by great whites today.
When megalodon hunted, it would probably stalk prey, perhaps from below. It would see some large prey probably available to it. Once it selected a prey item, it would start accelerating towards it. This was not an explosive short-distance acceleration. It would acceleration for very long distance. When it made its final run, it reached its peak speed. It really couldn't make a sharp turn. If the prey darted to one side, it couldn't follow as easily as a smaller fish.
Comparing the two sides of megalodon and the great white shark says it all.
This is the bottom tooth of a great white, probably a specimen that was about 13 to 15 feet long. This is its prehistoric cousin, Megalodon. And you can see a little discrepancy in the tooth size here.
And to add to their lethal ability, they had an endless supply of these knife-like teeth.
We know that in some extreme cases, sharks in captivity and aquariums will replace each tooth in each position on the jaw every maybe 8 to 10 days. There were literally tens of thousands of teeth per shark in a single lifetime. And one of the really important reasons why shark teeth are so common in the fossil record.
Along with its massive size, powerful jaws, and dagger-like teeth, investigators discovered something else. Megalodon stalked its prey with an extraordinary range of senses.
Megalodon didn't just move through the ocean moved through Megalodon. It swam with its mouth open so water would flow over its gills into the green, but it also took information from the water.
Living great white shark has the largest percentage of brain loaded to sense and smell smell. In terms of their head, can be described as giant noses with fantastically large jaws and teeth attached. And also pretty good eyesight.
With a clear picture of how the magnet attacked its prey, the investigation took another turn. Paleontologists then studied the skeletons of whales that had been attacked and eaten by megalodons. They found something unusual. Evidence showed that when this shark attacked a whale, it targeted one specific area, the flipper.
If you look at fossil whale bones from 9 megalodons around, about 2/3 of the bones lined with pipelines are from the shoulder region. And if you think about that, that makes a great deal of sense, because as a prey is attached to the whale, and it tries to turn, it's going to turn around its center of mass. And that's the shoulder region, so that part of the whale is going to move east as it tries to escape.
With the mass of a modern 727, equipped with high-tech hunting methods and armed to the teeth, paleontologists believe that Megalodon was unequal in the prehistoric seas. They were wrong. In 1992, a new discovery in Japan would reveal a massive second deep-sea monster, one previously unknown to science. During the age of dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex ruled the Earth. But 15 million years later, a larger, more terrifying creature would emerge. Megalodon, the largest carnivorous fish ever to prowl the oceans.
Megalodon as a species that receives a lot of interest. It is the closest thing that shark people have to their own Tyrannosaurus, so to speak, in a big, spectacular animal.
And at first, scientists thought it was the only apex predator of the seas. In 1992, they found out they were wrong. Dr. Lawrence G. Barnes of the Los Angeles County Museum of Natural History made a remarkable discovery in Japan. But it wasn't on the ocean floor. It was in a box in storage. What he would find revealed a second deep-sea monster, one previously unknown to science. It shared the domain of Megalodon. And we now know it was every bit as terrifying.
In the early 1990s, I was traveling with a grandma through Japan, and I happened to go to a little town called Shigamura, means village. They took me to their little town museum, and they had lying in storage a fossilized sperm whale skeleton. I looked at it with my colleague, and I said, that's a new species.
Barnes named this new creature, bringing fights against the biting sperm whale. Prehistoric deep seas, the biting sperm whales were among the largest and deadliest whales of their time. They dwarfed today's killer whale.
Because of that complete skeleton, we can estimate the body size of a vivisector at probably 35 to 40 feet. By comparison to modern whales, this is medium size, not really large. However, at its time, this was among the largest whales in existence.
When paleontologists studied whale DNA, they found something remarkable. Incredibly, whales are closely related to hoofed animals, in particular, the pig and the hippo.
55 million years, and the actual evolutionary origins of whales, which group of land animals are most closely related to, has been the subject of a lot of interest in recent years. And the paleontological evidence, fossil evidence, and evidence from looking at DNA of living whales and other animals now really strongly points to whales being very closely related to hoofed mammals.
We actually found hind legs of walking whales. And the hind leg has what we call a double trochleated astragalus. And this is an astragalus or an ankle bone, which has both upper and lower curved surface, which allows the spring in the step. It allows the deer to jump the fence. And these earliest whales, which are walking whales, have that kind of hind leg. No other kind of mammal has that kind of hind leg.
But unlike the mega shark, the biting sperm whale lived in families called pods.
Whales in general are social animals, as the sperm whales are too. They go in small groups. And we would expect that back in the Miocene there were little pods of sperm whales. And we might also suppose that if they came under attack, they might try to help defend each other.
there's huge advantages to studying as a pod or as a group because you can do things as a group you can't do as an individual. You can convert prey from multiple sides. So I think given the opportunity, they want to really convert pods.
Working together in a cohesive pack allow the biting whales to be more successful hunters. But becoming separated from the group would spell disaster, especially against a rival. Living in a pod and having such a massive body made them lethal. But its name, the biting whale, describes its true source of power, the teeth.
What makes Brigmophysa such an incredible whale is it's got both upper and lower teeth. You're looking at it now, there's 44 teeth in there. Now, they're not the teeth of a cute little whale. They're the same size as the teeth that you've seen in the mouth of Tyrannosaurus.
They have large teeth. The teeth aren't wickedly serrated like teeth of Megalodon or some of the other big sharks, but they're large ones that pick like teeth.
The teeth are interlocking. In fact, this tooth which I have of a related sperm whale shows where the opposite tooth came right down here and occluded against the crown. And this is very typical of these fossilized teeth. They have the blemish both front and rear from a facet where the opposite tooth interlocked with it. What happens is that the root is anchored well into the lower jaw, and the crown is vertical. So this really makes sure the tooth doesn't wiggle around. It's anchored on the bone, and the jaw is about this deep.
Those powerful, deep-rooted curved daggers were ideally suited for preying upon a variety of aquatic life. This put the biting whale in direct competition with Megalodon.
I think it was a top predator. It was a great carnivorous animal and could have taken on or eaten anything they wanted to. The biting sperm whale of Japan is found in deposits that also have dolphins and whale, very primitive sea lion-like animals. I think any one of these could have been part of its diet. Probably fishes, squids, sharks, other kinds of small mammals as well. So probably had a very generalized diet. Unlike the modern sperm whale, the fossil one had large, fully functional teeth both on the upper and lower jaw.
These teeth were specifically designed to lock on prey with slippery scales. And to help this whale find its prey in any water condition, the biting whale employs something unique to all sperm whales: sonar.
They have very keenly developed echolocation sonar sense associated with the brains that is a unique feature of toothed whales, and sperm whales have developed to a very keen degree.
The way sonar works is basically the animal would produce sound, and the sound waves travel out away from the skull. When the sound wave hits something, it bounces back to the animal, and receptors in the skull sort of paint a picture of what's in front of it. Where it is, what direction it's going, how large it is. Sonar is like eyes in total darkness.
The advantage of sonar allows you to make up for conditions of poor vision at night, in water. And so it'd be very useful because in nearshore water, you tend to get a lot of sediment stirred up by waves. And so it tends to be a little bit murkier than you find things slightly offshore. So it'd be an advantage in those conditions.
But sonar is not just for finding food or seeing in the dark. It is a weapon that could actually kill.
This sonar is normally used to help locate prey in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. But the whales focus that sonar into a much tighter beam and use it like a battering ram against potential prey and potential predators. Sound travels faster and farther underwater than it does on top. So if you're sitting somewhere and you hang a stick of dynamite 10 feet from your head and detonate it, it's going to kill you just because of the shock. Magnify that times 100, and it's not just going to kill you, it's going to liquefy you.
The Brigmophysa was not without weakness. Unlike Megalodon, it was unable to regrow lost teeth. It did, however, have another weapon at its disposal. It could employ its head as a powerful battering ram.
Ramming would be useful. It really wouldn't damage the shark much unless you were to ram the gills with eyes or something like that. But more importantly, it would be a distraction. Because an attacking predator has to focus on its prey, it can't really be distracted. Anything that starts distracting it from its task of attacking this one individual or consuming this one individual would tend to divert it from being successful.
Led by a dominant bull, the Brigmophysa would travel in pods of 6 or 7 to aid in mutual defense.
I think this is definitely something we should expect to happen, is that whales defend their family members against not only sharks, but other kinds of large marine vertebrates, other kinds of whales. I'm sure there were predatory killer whale-like things around as well.
But how are investigators able to understand the behavior of a Meg and the biting sperm whale? Creatures lived 15 million years ago. The animal instinct does not change through generations. So they look to modern relatives for answers.
One of the basic precepts of paleontology is the present is the key to the past. We must use modern animals' anatomy, coloring, behavior, and all that to interpret the fossils. If we don't, we have no basis to build on. And so I think this is why we're seeing some very nice restructuring of extinct animals these days. But always looking at something today which is either related to or analogous to the animal looking at fossils.
The biting sperm whale traveled the prehistoric seas and family past. Few creatures were large enough to take on these killer whales. The thousands of bitten whale bones found throughout the world proved that one fish saw them as a food source. Megalodon. Sperm whales form close family units for protection and to nurture their children. Great white sharks remain only during mating will actually eat their young. New breakthroughs in forensic science will reveal how this starkly different behavior played out in the prehistoric seas. The Megalodon was the most powerful shark ever to roam the seas. Its jaws were made of cartilage, not bone, which gave them incredible flexibility without sacrificing strength. In fact, a recent study performed in Sydney, Australia revealed that the Megalodon had the most powerful bite of any animal in Earth's history. It could easily crush a lag truck.
Can you imagine what it would have been like to see these two deep-sea monsters going head-to-head in an all-out battle to death? It would have been absolutely terrifying to think about. Well, we can't possibly know everything that would have occurred, but we can certainly propose a realistic scenario based on the behavior of the modern counterparts. Megalodon basically was an oversized great white shark, so we can feel pretty sure that it behaved the same way. If I said it was a sperm whale with a bad attitude and a nasty set of teeth, and so we can look at modern sperm whales and sort of add the extra teeth and nasty disposition, we have a good idea what the whales are. Then you throw the two together and you get the hang out of the way. So when you see recreation of this battle, it may not be the only way the fight took place, but it definitely is rooted in as many facts as we have available.
Few creatures on Earth could match the Megalodon in deadly force. In fact, compared to the Megalodon's bite force of 20 tons, the T-Rex had a bite force of just over 3 tons.
Megalodon is an enormous shark. Our estimates based on their teeth are that a really big megalodon would have been in excess of 50 feet long, which is the size basically of a big humpback whale, the length of humpback whale, and would have weighed many tons.
The biting sperm whale is powered by the up and down motion with powerful tail flick, allowing it to reach speeds over 25 miles per hour. The larger Megalodon used a side-to-side motion to propel its massive body forward. But its tremendous size limited its speed to 15 miles per hour.
Sharks and whales are built completely differently. The whale's body is supported by a bony skeleton, whereas the shark's body is made of cartilage. For the shark, it means that it can turn and maneuver much easier because it doesn't have the same limitations as the whale has with that bony skeleton. So the shark is certainly more agile. As for speed, the whale, being a little smaller, has less mass to move, and therefore I think it would have been a lot faster.
Sharks can turn much more quickly. Think about a Ferrari for a shark. Think about an oil tanker for a whale. It takes a lot longer for a whale to actually turn its body. And they won't turn a shark. But the shark will just really twist its body quickly and move more quickly than water.
Very few creatures in the prehistoric seas had weapons as large as the biting sperm whale and Megalodon shark. Each tooth was ideally suited for capturing and killing prey.
These are the actual fossils of the Megalodon tooth and of a sperm whale tooth. And the teeth are very different. The shark tooth has serrations along the edge, literally like a steak knife. And the sperm whale has a tooth that just pierces and holds it.
Those teeth tell us a lot about how each animal used them. The whale was using his to grab and hang on to prey, but the shark was doing something totally different. He was ripping and slicing huge chunks of flesh with his spit. We see images of modern great whites and how they shred bread. But with Megalodon, imagine that same image, but with a mouth that can swallow a boat.
Two creatures, each the size of a city bus. But the fighting whale had a unique weapon Megalodon didn't have. Sonar that could actually kill on impact.
There's a huge difference in the fact that the whales have sonar and use that to detect food. Megalodon, on the other hand, doesn't have that advantage. And they actually have a disadvantage in that they have to stalk these large prey, which can detect them in cases of whales using sonar.
Giant swimming reptiles like the ichthyosaur, a huge dog-like creature, and the plesiosaur that looked like a giant long-necked turtle once ruled the sea and influenced the evolution of the megalodon.
Sea creatures evolved to live and hunt in groups as a direct result of sharing their environment with bigger predators. Giant sea creatures are nothing new. During the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods, huge swimming reptiles filled the same role as Megalodon did during its. And so these whales, in order to compete with this massive shark, found safety in numbers. They also found power in numbers as well.
Now, by studying behavior, the descendants of these ancient beasts, experts have been able to uncover new insights into the fascinating details of how they ruled the seas over 15 million years ago. The dark Pacific waters north of Japan. A giant megalodon slices through the deep. A simple predator on the hunt. His bulk so massive, the search for food never ends.
This is a shark that was so enormous it could swallow a modern great white shark whole.
Suddenly, his senses pick up a disturbance in water. He locks onto a lone sperm whale, separated from his pod.
The shark has a remarkable battery of senses. It can actually feel the whale moving through the water. Receptors in its nose allow it to pick up these tiny electric impulses that are put off every time the whale moves a muscle. The meg is able to size its prey before it even sees it.
The megalodon's skin is covered with tiny taste buds called denticles. These allow it to taste through its skin, which help it more easily find and identify its prey.
The coloration of Megalodon is ideal for his hunting methods. His skin was darker on the top and lighter on the bottom. What this meant is if you were above the Megalodon looking down, you couldn't really see it. And if you were beneath the Megalodon looking up, you wouldn't be able to see him. His favorite hunting tactic is to come from below and behind his potential prey.
As the snake closes in on the whale, he descends in order to surprise him from below. When he's just below the pack, he changes direction and picks up speed as he turns upward.
The jaws of a megalodon are very similar to the jaws of the great white. There were row upon row of teeth. The teeth located in the very front part were designed for grabbing prey. The teeth behind were much more sharp, and therefore were designed for slicing.
With sudden fury, Megalodon strikes.
When it opens its mouth, the jaws literally come out of the mouth, and those serrated teeth both up and down would have acted like a giant meat slicer.
Rolling its eyes backwards and closing a protective cover over them allows Megalodon to move in close without risking eye injury.
Modern sharks have a remarkable way of protecting their eyes during attack, and Megalodon would have had the same system. When Megalodon moves into the bite, it will roll its eyes backwards, and a protective membrane moves forward and protects the eye. But with such systems in high gear, sight really isn't necessary once the target gets its prey.
Experts have discovered broken megalodon teeth embedded in hundreds of whale bones found all over the world, attesting to the fearlessness of this vicious hunter.
He targets the tail because that's the whale's only means of locomotion. That part of the body is very thin, and he bites deep into the vertebrae. But like modern sharks, his teeth are designed to break off and be replaced throughout his entire lifetime. Losing one tooth is no big deal when you have 300 more in mouth places.
This is no great loss for the megalodon, who makes sure to only sacrifice its dull teeth in battle.
The whale's tail is nearly ripped off. It's not going to be useful in moving its body.
The big Physa uses its flipper to steer. It is literally rudderless without it.
There are 44 teeth in its jaws. The front teeth are as long as those of a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
The big Physa sends a sonar signal for help. A blast of sound similar in range to a World War II submarine.
He lowers his head and begins to send a signal of thumping noises down into the depths. It's basically a cry for help.
Like the active sonar used by submarines, the whale emits sound waves that bounce back when hitting a solid object. This sets coordinates for both sender and receiver. The advanced mammalian brain of the big Physa enables it to listen for distress call while still engaged in hunting.
These guys are actively hunting and seeking prey. This guy's designed to battle giant squid in the deepest parts of the ocean. He can handle his own.
Super-sensitive organs in the skull and jaw read the vibrations, creating a sound map. Instantly, the pack's leader, the bull whale, uses its clicking vocal noises to tell the rest of the pod to mount a rescue mission.
The sperm whale is one of the few predatory whales. He's not a lovable whale when we think of whales. This guy's got a massive set of teeth and a pretty powerful set of jaws.
Several hundred feet above, the great shark senses a sudden change in the sea's rhythm. Subtle at first, yet unmistakable.
The sensors in his nose pick up vibrations. He begins to feel a thud vibration. He can't figure out what it is. But the vibrations and thuds become much stronger.
The big Physa uses its sonar to assess the situation. It knew that its pod member was in trouble. And now it knows why. Like the great whites of today, the Megalodon charges to inflict fatal harm all at once, minimizing the chances of being injured along the struggle. Lurking in the shadows, Meg now waits for his prey to slowly bleed to death. But his keen senses begin to pick up trouble. He's suddenly hit with an enormous battering ram.
The sperm whale hits his dead in the center of his body, throwing the Megalodon's enormous weight in a tumble motion in the ocean.
The Megalodon's relatively primitive brain is too slow to react to the new threat.
Before he can recover, a second sperm whale has come from depth, and using that enormous head, ram him like a freight train.
The big Physa make quick strikes with their battering ram heads in hopes of driving the Megalodon away and avoiding a more savage close-range battle.
He knows there's no way he can take on a pod of angry sperm whales. He's got to get out of there as quickly as he can.
Megalodon does not need air and goes deeper where its attacker cannot follow.
The sperm whales begin to circle, looking for this Megalodon. They want to absolutely take out their vengeance on the animal that injured their family member.
The big Physa uses its sonar to try to track the fleeing shark. The water's darkness isn't a problem, but hitting a moving target is a challenge.
The whales normally use their sonar to find prey in the darkest parts of the ocean. But like modern killer whales and dolphins, they also use that sonar as a weapon. They narrow the beam and they can actually stun and in some cases kill small prey. Well, fighting sperm whales could narrow that beam and direct it at the shark, and that would absolutely interfere with all of its sensory organs.
Sound travels 4.5 times faster in water than on land. The big Physa is in luck. It hits the Megalodon, and the sudden piercing blast packs the force of a tidal wave. The Megalodon is once again the victim of its less advanced brain. It's stunned by the sonar strike and unable to react.
The sperm whales now deploy their most deadly weapon, T-Rex-sized teeth. Individually, these whales are only a bother to something as large as a Megalodon. But attacking in a pack, these whales act like overgrown piranhas, and they tear the shark to pieces.
The clever big Physa determines that the danger has passed and returns to tend to its mate.
The sperm whales then gather around the injured whale to try to lend their support. They'll actually put their head underneath the sperm whale and try to lift him up to catch air.
The big Physa is going into shock. As with all mammals, this is a dire situation.
An injured sperm whale will never recover from such an enormous bite. He's going to slowly die.
The big Physa sings a sad death song to its mates. The Megalodon hears it too.
Megalodon has never left. He's just moved off in the distance. His sense of smell is so incredible, he's able to track this dying sperm whale 3 miles away. By the time the sperm whale has died, his remaining family members have moved on, and the Megalodon moved in to begin to feast on the carcass. The mistake the whale made was not diving deep with his family. Even though it's a whale and they're huge, Megalodon is a whale killer. Failed to stay with the safety of the family and it paid the ultimate price.
Megalodon has triumphed, but over time, even this 50-foot, 50-ton monster would fall victim to the cruel mathematics of survival. Scientists believe the problem was magnified by a fierce new predator who appeared on the scene, competing for what scarce food did make.
Orca, killer whale, made its appearance. And orcas, being pack hunters, were able to outmaneuver and outcompete Megalodon for remaining food sources. Gigantism comes with a price. It's fine as long as there's plenty of food, but as that food source begins to leave, being a giant is detrimental.
Today, scientists continue to search for evidence, and the book is far from closed on Megalodon. In fact, perhaps the most chilling question is, do Megalodons still roam our deep seas?
We're not even sure Carcarta and Megalodon went extinct. They could still be out there in deep waters. Less than 1% of the deep waters are even explored, and we're finding new life all the time. They could still be out there.
I would love to think Megalodon is out there. I think it's very unlikely. If we look at where the teeth are found, they tend to be found in coastal areas where you have very rich nutrient sources to produce a very complex food web. There's people who expect that Megalodon may survive in the sea, but it's really not the type of body plan, the type of shark body plan that's adapted for deep sea.
I don't know if Megalodon still exists. Nobody knows. But I think it's wrong to just assume it doesn't exist because we haven't seen one. I mean, the ocean's just so vast and so unexplored. Megalodon could be living 2 to 3 miles down or as deep as the abyss, and we would never know. Sharks don't have to surface and show us that telltale dorsal like in Jaws because we're around to prove they exist. I mean, they go on and inhabit the oceans just like they have for millions and millions of years.
Today, the vast majority of our deep seas remain unexplored and unknown. Experts estimate 80% of all species are yet to discover. Perhaps Megalodon is out there, strategically submerged in a dark, unexplored abyss, a prehistoric warrior hanging by a thread in the silent seas. Next week on Jurassic Fight Club. It was Predator versus Prey in a 165-million-year-old battle of survival. But one killer in particular was so efficient, so deadly,